Hi, everyone. Welcome to Get a Word In with me, your host, Josh Wagner, where we're connecting with friends from different locations and vocations, discussing yesterday, today, and beyond. And today we are going to the United Arab Emirates, to a place which prides themselves on thinking and preparing for the future, a city that is breaking leaps and bounds of human imagination and beyond. We're going to Dubai, and we're looking up with my friend Richie Irwin in Dubai. It is great to see you. I can see you there, Richie. How you doing, mate?
Good.
All
How are you,
right.
buddy?
Very good, man. So just everyone knows we have a format here. We're going to be talking. We're going to be moving fast, but we do have segments. We're going to be reviewing different things. But I'm just really happy to connect with my buddy Richie. And I do start off with a little dinner table introduction. So with no further ado, Richie, I'm going to tell my friends about who you are, right? Richie's originally born and raised in South Africa, has been living in Dubai for the past 7 years. He is the advocacy manager for Bacardi between Asia, Middle East, and Africa, covering 93 different countries on 3 different continents. He's a dad of Rupert and Jack. He's a surfer. He's a self-proclaimed professional high fiver, and he prides himself in finding joy in places, countries, cities that you would not expect that are off the beaten path. What have I missed, my friend? It is great to see you.
You too. I think you nailed it.
All right. Well, I like to verify where we're from, but I'll do it quickly because I knew we have to get the elephant out of the room real quick. Yeah. Richie and I met about 7 years ago at Bacardi Legacy competition in Puerto Rico. Hit it off, mate. I love you. We always get along. I don't want to ask anything more than that. What I do need to say is that you guys won the Rugby World Cup, didn't you? I just need to get into it real quick because I know you're going to interrupt me at some point in the interview tell me that the Springboks won.
I was going to wear my rugby jersey this morning, but I decided not to. No, we did. It was incredible whole World Cup, everything leading up to it. I think the beauty of it, I think the world just played us out. I think after England beat New Zealand, everybody thought, oh, there's no ways they're going to win, and we came out and crushed it. And there's an incredible story to the whole team dynamics and how the team played for more than just a game. It was for a bit of a nation thing. So it was great. So the third World Cup, yeah. So right up there with the Kiwis, and awesome.
Well, I wanted to say before we started, congratulations to the Springboks. I was in Japan when you guys won. It was awesome to see the South Africans celebrating, and an amazing thing for your entire country. Congratulations to the Springboks. That's right. All right. So I'd like to start off with some rapid questions. Richie has no idea what's coming at him, but I am going to come at him real quick. You ready to go? Let's get it going. How many countries are there in Africa?
72.
54. All right. Let's do it right here. Is it bro, bruv, or brew?
Brew.
Yeah, it is brew. All right. I'll take that. 2019, how many flight segments did you actually log?
Easy, probably one a week, so anything from 52 up.
If you can catch a wave anywhere on Earth right now, where would it be?
Jeffreys Bay.
Where's that?
Eastern Cape, South Africa. Best right-hander in the world.
After living in South Africa for 7 years, what do you consider cold? What do you consider hot?
Hot is 45, 50 Celsius, and cold is anything under 10.
Okay. What is your favorite activity with your 2 sons, Rupert and Jack, who are 5 and a year and a half years old?
Man, my little guy is 5, and he's just getting into just kicking balls around and throwing a rugby ball, football in the back garden. So. And the funny one is that the little one who's 1.5 is probably as good at the moment. He's just crazy, he's crazy. So yeah, it's pretty much just chilling down here and kicking a ball around for sure.
Where is the place that you long to visit and return to? And as you think about it, before that, how many countries have you visited?
I can't tell you that. I've tried to do those app things, or those app variations of kind of where you've been in the world. And I think, including the United States, I think at one stage I had a percentage of up of 30-40%, if you hit it. But I couldn't tell you exactly because we seem to travel to so many places constantly, through the year. but it's got to be, I don't know. I went to Indonesia for the first time at the age of 16, and I've been going back there ever since. So I would always go back. Indonesia is like the place it just draws me back constantly.
So fun fact, real quick about Indonesia, they literally have enforced ghost police. They have people dress up as ghosts at night to scare people to go back inside during COVID-19. Isn't that crazy?
That's pretty nuts.
It's amazing. Okay, so where's the one place that you would long to return to?
I don't know. Maybe Botswana. We did the Delta once, and I did a fishing trip with our family and went tiger fishing. And the Delta was just like we just went through, on the little boats up constantly, and it was just absolutely incredible. One of the most incredible things I've ever seen.
That actually is a great segment into my next question. With the 3 continents that you cover, what would you say are 3 countries that you would invest into personally from a growth of tourism perspective?
Sri Lanka, Indonesia, especially, just anything from, Sri Lanka is almost like the Bali of 20, 30 years ago. But Sri Lanka is just incredible. We've done 5-6 trips since we lived here, just quick little surf trips at missions. We go over with friends, and it's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then maybe, I've got to do something in Africa. I'd probably do, say, but maybe Botswana, Kenya, Tanzania. So let me say Botswana.
Yeah. Nice. All right. So for a man that travels to 3 different continents for work, what is the most consistently well-made cocktail call to order of all your global travels?
A daiquiri.
A daiquiri?
Yeah.
That's actually surprising to hear.
Yeah, I think it's simple in the way of ingredients. Rum is pretty available. So, your classic, lighter style rums are available through everywhere that we go to. Citrus fruits are pretty much available through that whole region.
Yeah.
When you get down to like real kind of, if I had to say old fashions and drinks like that, they tend to get. But there's a lot of our markets where, things like, some people might think are Negroni, but bitters and vermouths are quite hard to find. So when you just get a good old light rum, lime juice and sugar, it's a lot easier. So yeah, and daiquiris are pretty good, nice. Yeah, I find a lot of places get a pretty well balanced daiquiris for sure.
Wonderful. Now, for someone who travels so much, either airport or airplane tip, what is a Richie Irwin secret when you are traveling? Travel tip.
Man, a comfy backpack and a great set of headphones.
Done. All right. What's your last good deed that you've done?
Pre-batching cocktails to send out to friends and family.
Your last regret?
Not seeing my grandfather with my son Rupert in Cape Town in December.
All right. Thank you for those rapid questions. We're going to the next part. Location. Tell us about your location. Where are you? What are you doing? What's unique about your location? What could I only know about sitting in your seat in Dubai that I would never be able to see where I am right now in Miami? Where are you?
So I'm actually sitting up on the balcony upstairs because I think that we got the rest of the family and the two little wild ones are downstairs having breakfast, and I'm upstairs outside. It's probably 32 degrees. It's fully overcast today. We had some rain yesterday, and in the last kind of week, we've had a week or 10 days. It's rained about 3 to 4 days, which is unheard of. So Dubai, they've been doing a lot of what's cloud seeding.
Doesn't it rain one day a year in Dubai, basically?
Maybe not even one day. So they've been doing a lot of cloud seeding, and cloud seeding is pretty much technology. I'm not a scientist, but putting up, they take up planes or balloons and they actually create clouds and they make it rain. They literally have the process of making it rain. And I think that's got to do with a few things. I think it's got to do with so many people indoors at the moment, so many people are on lockdown. There's a lot of there was also a study that showed that if people have more seasons, more rain, more, winter and summer, people are happier, I suppose, than just being hot all the time. So most people wouldn't believe it, but I mean, the other day our whole garden was flooded. We had so much rain, literally it was almost coming inside the house. So yeah, I mean, that's something I don't think I've been telling people and they can't believe. I mean, if I had to show you my camera, it's pretty crazy. It's not a clear sky. There's loads of clouds and it looks like it's going to rain again.
And then what about traveling around? Are you able to easily go get groceries? Can you leave your house easily? Like, what's happening in the streets?
We are on. So I started working from home I think on the 25th of last month.
Yeah.
And then on the first week we were on kind of work from home, but then we went into a 14-day lockdown from the beginning of the month. No, I think it was from the 25th, 26th. But in the last, say, 2 weeks, we've been on a full like home lockdown. I live in a community where before I was able to run around and move around my bike. You're not allowed to do that anymore. If you want to go to the shop here at the moment, we have to literally like apply for a permit. So go online and say, I'm going from here to there, put your times in. You have to, there's a separate permit for drawing cash at the ATM to go to get groceries. It's like if you to go out and you don't have a permit and you're not wearing full gloves and a mask, you literally can get fined. There's a few of the people that live in the community and buddies of mine that have been stopped by police asking them where they're going. Just what are you doing? So Dubai currently is a bit of a ghost town. I mean, people are indoors. If you're in an apartment, you're in your apartment. You can't leave. If you're in your luckily I'm in a small little house with a little villa with a back garden, and we can still exercise like that. But it's the city is like a ghost town. I mean, there's still some cars driving around because the Dubai's made it very forward-thinking, future-thinking. There's still a lot of delivery. You can get Amazon every second day, your groceries. All the big stores are doing that, and you can kind of buy things online. So people are still delivering things.
Yeah.
But there's no movement. There's the only things that are open are essential goods. So it's food and pharmacies. That's it.
So similar to the rest of the world, but in terms of getting out, you need to literally have a permit to get outside your front gate.
100%. Yeah.
And then when you said also from a delivery standpoint, like you work in the booze business, like I know Dubai, you can only consume alcohol if you are in hotels and privately owned homes. What is it if you want to get your hands on booze right now?
They've been pretty good. The government and the distribution companies here, they've started like it's literally the same thing, an online thing. So there's actually a legal spirits and wine and beer delivery. I mean, I could probably go on now and order a case of beer and a bottle of Grey Goose,
which is the first time in history there, correct?
Pretty much, yeah. It's pretty much. But what they've done is the government are they're constantly wanting people to feel comfortable and happy and whatever. So if you go into this heavy lockdown, I mean, if I put it in retrospect, my entire family back home in between Cape Town and in South Africa, they've been on a 2-week lockdown and all essential goods. A lot of them have no alcohol and no cigarettes. You cannot buy tobacco and cigarettes. So they've been on a 2-week complete lockdown. I have friends literally trying to make pineapple beer and
See, this is honestly one of the joys of why I enjoy these conversations, because like in South Africa, for them not consider alcohol an essential good, where here in Miami, I have 2 liquor stores open within 3 blocks of my house because it's considered an essential good. And you're telling me that people are trying to make their own booze at home because they can't get their hands on it right now.
Pretty much. Yeah.
That's crazy. So if you were not if COVID-19 was not with us right now for the past 5 weeks, where would you have been? How many countries would you have visited? Cities spent? How has this disrupted your life?
I think I looked at the calendar a day or two ago and realized that right now, it's funny, I was talking about Sri Lanka, but I was supposed to be at a buddy's 40th right now. So I'd be sitting in a place called Marissa Wellingama on holiday having a surf. In the matter of a week or two, we were supposed to all be in Miami for Global Legacy Finals, right? And that was I can't believe it, you know, and that's obviously taken a postponement for the right reasons, and I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But pre and post that, I would have, you know, we would have started. This is the April-May season is a really busy period, and I think I would have spent a lot of time in a few focus places and cities through India. We've got a lot of amazing stuff happening through cities in India. So I would have been in Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore. We would have done set up some other stuff for through sub-Saharan Africa or Southeast Asia for sure.
Yeah.
But I would have been on four flights by now, you know.
Do you have the edge?
Yeah. I do. I miss traveling. I miss probably, you know, we made a joke the other day, probably be my good friend of mine, Nakul, was saying, you know, he misses Emirates because it's so, you know, comfy, and the idea of just getting on a nice plane and traveling somewhere. But it's been good being at home. It's been good to kind of have a bit of a lay down, you know, just being, you know, having my feet on the ground and spending time with family and kind of having a bit more routine. But I miss being in a few exciting cities and doing stuff with our big team. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that, because the next segment I like to do is yesterday, today, and beyond, where we'll address some subject matters that are in your expertise, and, you know, how we saw it a year ago, how we view it today, and how we'll view it in the future. How do you view work travel coming forward, work and personal travel? What did that mean to you yesterday, today, and now thinking beyond? Travel, work, and personal.
I think yesterday would have been pretty seamless and easy. It would have been from just jump on a plane, have a meeting. Today, the way, you know, let's go. Yesterday, would have been a lot easier. It would have been probably a lot more thoughtless and just jumping on a plane and coming over for a meeting or a quick event or going for training or doing a project that we're doing. Today, I think even right now, the way that we've started to communicate and work and do this, you know, just be more digital savvy and be able to connect quicker, faster, and with more people constantly. Yeah. I think it's changed. So I think tomorrow, I'm probably going to rethink jumping on a plane for a few things. Can I do that from here? Can I be more effective being based where I am? Do I need to go to this stage? Is it business critical? Is it so I think, yeah, but at the same time, I think when you think that's work-wise, but I think personally, yesterday was, I've never traveled as much, you know, for personally, but to, you know, I can't wait personally to go on a tour. Yeah. I can't wait to visit somewhere with a family or get away on a holiday.
I'm with you on that one, man. Let's move to the next one. Yesterday, today, beyond. What does social distancing mean to you?
Yesterday it wasn't a thing at all. I mean, I think I'm pretty social, and I want to hang out and, like I said, hug and high five people and, you know, meet up with friends, families, colleagues. Today it's this is today talking, you know.
How you doing, man?
Zoom, Microsoft Teams, like, you know, trying to connect on other different formats or whatever we can do. And then tomorrow will be I don't know what tomorrow will be. It's going to be weird. It's going to be social. What is social distancing? Standing 2 meters away from someone in a queue, having a mask on for the next kind of few months at a shop, only having close friends and family around. I don't know, you know. Well, what is I can't really tell at the moment. It's a bit weird. We don't really have visibility on what it's going to be like.
Well, that being said, next one I would go to is hugs and high fives, because you do say you're a professional high fiver, and you do work in a business that's about gatherings and programming and events. What does a greeting and a hug and a high five mean to you yesterday, today, and beyond?
Yesterday is full on bromance, hugs, high fives. Today's virtual.
Yeah, it is.
Tomorrow is, man, I probably just an elbow tap for now.
Yeah.
Probably just a boom and a, you know, what's up. But yeah, I think people are still going to be showing a lot more, still connecting. I don't know, I mean, how many people have you connected more digitally, but digital high fives in the last couple of weeks?
I mean, yes, digital high fives, and I know this is a level of acceptance. I just really hope we do find a way that we can see each other from a physical distance and still have that same warmth that it is to receive a hug. I know it's impossible to replicate that, but I do hope that we do find an endearment of connection, that, this moment actually fosters a new type of connection that we can capitalize on. You know what I mean? That it's not just like, all right, like physical gesture, I think is going to be a lot more of the eyes. Like, I was living in Asia for a bit, and, wearing a mask was not uncommon. And people, to read their eyes, you could see their warmth and their excitement, and not just seeing their face. And, certain cultures on earth don't hug each other, and you can tell when intimacy exists there. So I'm hoping that the future of hugs and high fives can exist from a distancing perspective and still receive the same warmth. Next thing I want to ask you real quick, emerging markets, yesterday, today, and beyond. How do you evaluate emerging markets?
I think this crisis has hit a lot of places that I know, even back home, let's say places like South Africa, heavily, in a lot of our regions, quite heavily. And I think yesterday things were on the up, and these small little economies and tourism and resources were booming. Now everything is just flat. It's just there's no business. It's absolutely stagnant. And tomorrow, I think things will recover. I think there's an amazing resilience when it comes to a lot of African countries specifically, and how people just get on with it. So I think the big continent of Africa and all the emerging markets through Southeast Asia and the might of a massive economy like India will recover, and they'll come back. It'll just take a little bit of time.
I mean, I know that you're from South Africa, and your business is between Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. One thing I think for Americans to sometimes have a difficulty wrapping their head around is that there's so many places on Earth that have been finding a lot of struggle for decades, or their life existence. And this is a challenge that they may look at with a different level of fear, and maybe having a bit more optimism of being able to come out the other side of this. I think it's interesting to be able to compare where we come from and how we're reacting to this. And I think Africa, obviously, I think over 5 years has been the fastest growing from a tourism perspective as a continent on the planet. Like, I think optimism is a beautiful place to find in places that have been on the rough, right? That they know there's going to be a better day coming,
I think they do. The thing is, like, you look at, we were talking about Botswana, we were talking about South Africa. Give those two countries, look at that, sub-Saharan Africa. Botswana went on a 6-month complete lockdown quarantine a couple of weeks ago. They said we are locking our borders for 6 months. They're putting a big bet now to say we're going to protect our people and our country and our economy. So their GDP is probably 80% tourism, but they're willing to take that chance to protect it. I think I was mentioning to a buddy the other day that, like, the South African president Cyril Ramaphosa South Africa was the first country in the world to completely lock down and do a lockdown before they even had a death case for COVID-19. So they were like kind of, because I think the bigger thing is, socially, social distancing in a lot of African cultures, social distancing is not a thing. Like, you live with your family, you're close, you live in close, you have, it's the way culturally the way people are in Africa. So it's a scary thing to change that social dynamic.
Yeah.
But it's I think a lot of those leaders have done a great job of putting these things in early and not because I don't think a lot of I wouldn't say economy, but I don't think the health system could deal with it if it just got out of control. And that's scary. That's the real scary thing. So I think if people act early and really jump on it and are put in these big precautionary measures, that's great.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, continentally, Africa has the largest youth population that there is on the planet, and I would only hope that there is going to be incredible optimism and future coming with it. And it is a massive emerging market, and hopefully this will be something that will create systems that will enable that opportunity to come, because it would be incredible to see the African continent be exposed to the global world of travel and commerce. Yeah. Next section we're going into. Good riddance. Yeah. Give me some more. And liar, liar, pants on fire. What is one thing that you've done in the past time that you've spent at home that you've said, good riddance, it's out of my life, I want it done, not happening anymore? What is Richie Irwin's fuck ya lanaya?
Bro, it's got to be, I don't know. I felt like I had to go to the gym to work out, but it's incredible how creative you'd be with a jump rope and a mat and a
hell yeah, you don't need that shit. You can do it at home.
Yeah.
You don't need to go to a gym to do it. I'm embarrassed to work out in front of other people. I don't need it. I can do push-ups and sit-ups by myself. You can create gym objects in your house. Yeah, fuck gym memberships. It can be happening at home. Don't you run with a weighted vest when you go out just to get yourself for workout?
Yeah, I've been trying to do that. I did it this morning. I ran like around the undercover in the dark because we're not allowed to run. I shouldn't be saying it too loud. Like 5 a.m. with a combat vest with weights in it, just to make my little short run a little bit tougher.
All right. So good riddance formal settings for a workout. You can do it anywhere you want. What's your give me some more? What do you need some more of in your life that you want to continue doing?
Oh, lunch with my kids every day at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, Dad.
It's been so good. It's been like I put it in my diary, and it's even at work, so people can't even schedule meetings, and it's good. My one little kid wakes up from his sleep, and we the four of us sit down and we have a lunch and we hang out, and it's been epic. I mean, I wish I could say I could keep doing that when I go back to the office and come home.
Lunch with Rupert and Jack. Amazing.
Yeah.
And what is your liar, liar, pants on fire? Or that other people are lying about? A lot of people are taking this opportunity to pretend they're doing something. Are you pretending to do something, or you want to call anybody out? I mean, this is as I look over your shoulder and I see Post-it notes, but it's actually the classroom you've created for your children because you're homeschooling. Yeah.
Pretty much. Tricky. It's the tricky word wall.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's a tricky one. I think people are probably also saying they're working out a lot more than they are, maybe.
Yeah.
Or reading, but I don't know. I think desperate times call for desperate measures. Yeah.
Well, maybe, it's the things that even if we're pretending, we should just try to do more often and stop lying about shit. Anyway, all right. So I'd like to close out with you getting, your final word. And is there something, you're living in a city that is incredibly progressive, right? Dubai is the emerald city of the Middle East. It is, in arguably the center of the world in many different perspectives. Like, you're living in a place that is thinking about the future. So I'm assuming that it also does impact your mentality. Here's you getting your word in. What is something you'd like to share that would be something that, you just want to share with the world? What is Richie Irwin's final word?
I think it's this whole like situation and stuff. It's definitely taught me to I don't know. I found that sometimes I've just been getting on a phone with a lot of my team and just like having a call and not like planning everything, just picking up the phone and phoning. The same as friends and family. I mean, I've connected a lot with a lot of my old buddies that I haven't talked to in years. We everybody's doing Zoom calls and connecting. But yeah, I think sometimes it just my day's so structured, but sometimes just standing in the back garden and just picking up the phone and just going old school, just calling people has been good, because then people are actually surprised. Oh my gosh, I'm getting a phone. So I've been doing that a lot, and it's been pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, today's another day. Who knows what's going to happen? We can only just remain positive and be stoked, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, today is another day. And I think right now it is about remaining positive. And when we're finding our friends down a little bit and they're not having that pep in their step, it's about picking up that phone and making sure to remind them, you got to remain positive, right? So
100%.
Seeing your face makes me positive, my friend. And thank you for taking the time, Richie. And I'm glad you're spending so much time with the family. And I want you to be safe and be healthy. And Springboks 2020, congratulations and mad love. And thank you for getting a word.
You too, bro.
Be safe, bro. All right. Hope you catch that wave soon with you. All right.
Thanks, Josh. Love you, bro.
Love you too. Take care. Thanks, Richie.